see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been
More Premier League action then, folks. This Sunday, Nottingham Forest against Liverpool is where we start you off. Good afternoon, everybody, folks, and welcome back aboard to Realltom. My name is Tom. Bringing you the watch along this afternoon for, firstly, Nottingham Forest against Liverpool live in the Premier League. If you do watch on the replay, and please do make sure you leave a like on the stream and subscribe if you're new. And thank you very much indeed, folks. Everybody joins here. Stay kick-off on the way for you. 2 o'clock in the Premier League for Nottingham Forest, who are up against Liverpool. Welcome aboard to everybody who's joined us here today. And this, folks, right in front of our eyes is a fixture which over the last couple of seasons has more or less favoured Forest at Anfield. But Liverpool are winless currently in what is 3 games against Nottingham Forest, suffering 2 defeats and a draw at the City Ground, of course, last time, a 1-1 draw. Will it be 4 consecutive games against Forest and Liverpool without a win today? Well, we're going to find that out in around about 15 minutes' time, where we come to kickoff and also the kickoff of the Vitor Pereira era for Nottingham Forest in the Premier League as he makes his Premier League debut as Nottingham Forest manager. Of course, all went well for Vitor Pereira against Fenerbahce midweek, 3-0 win, really positive win, that as well. But the real question we ask is with this new Forest boss is, can the pub antics and the pints keep Mr. Marinakis quiet? And can Vitor Pereira be the man now to keep the Forest job for the remainder of the season? We hope so, really. More or less from a Forest point of view, you hope so, don't you? But yeah, that's what it's all about. You've got to keep Mr. Marinakis happy. Because Mr. Marinakis will sack you if he's not happy. We all know that. So yeah, at the minute, we could really say Vitor Pereira is the next victim of Mr. Marinakis. Because Mr. Marinakis is a good owner, but Mr. Marinakis likes to sack a little bit. So yeah. Yeah, it doesn't mind a good old sacking, does Mr. Evangelos Marinakis. I'll tell you that much. Liverpool, like I say, are their opponents, and Forest do have a very good recent record against Liverpool. But particularly at Anfield, with 2 straight victories at Anfield. The most recent result, of course, a 3-0 victory at Anfield as well. Do get that chat popping away so far on the poll. 100% of the voting backing Liverpool for the win. Just the one vote, though, on the poll so far. So we'll let that kind of mix in and sort of gel up a bit, the poll. But yeah, just seeing the pictures of the warm-ups pre-match. And we've also got some other 2 o'clock kickoffs as well taking place across this Sunday, including Palace against Wolves, where Oliver Glasgow, of course, we know gave out a rather negative and wanting to be sacked kind of press conference, shall we say. So Palace Wolves is most certainly one to keep your eye on, I would say, particularly from an Arsenal point of view after the result in midweek. And obviously as well, there is Sunderland against Fulham, which is the other one as well. And we just had a Super 6 tweet as well, quite conveniently as well. And yeah, the golden game was Chelsea against Burnley, of course, yesterday, we all know. And yeah, it means the jackpot for Super 6 won't be raising to £500,000. But, oh well. Okay, it is that wonderful time of the day. 1:49. Let's have a look at the team news and the match information if we go to PremierLeague.com, where we can get all the details you need ahead of this Super Sunday in the Premier League. And of course, it is Derby Day in North London. Not that I'm feeling too positive at the minute. From an Arsenal point of view, Tottenham Arsenal is 4:30 kickoff, and you better win. You better win. That's kind of all I'm really going to say at the minute, but you better win. Or else there will be big trouble. Right, there you go. Just a reminder of the 3 2 o'clock kickoffs. Palace, Wolves, Forest, Liverpool, and Sunderland, Fulham. And tomorrow there is a Monday night game as well in Everton as they host Manchester United at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. League table impacts then for firstly, let's start off with Palace and Wolves. Wolves, as we know, with a point, can level up with Derby County's record for the worst points total. It is 2 straight draws for them, and 1 more point, or even 3 more points, would be definitely enough to sort that issue out for them. Not going to get them away from the relegation zone. No, they're 15 points behind the relegation zone, rather 17 points behind Forest today as we start. Opponents Palace can go on to 33 points with a draw, which would do nothing for them. But if they move on to 35 points by winning the game, they'll move to within 1 point of Sunderland up until, of course, we find out their result against Fulham. And Fulham can also move away, but it is the potential for them to move as high as 12th, 2 places higher in the table, minus 4 goal difference, and only 1 win in the last 5. The last win, of course, was at the Amex in the derby/rivalry. So yeah, Palace not great form at the minute and not too settled with the manager, Oliver Glasner, who's clearly sending rumbles. But can they get a win against rock bottom Wolves? Well, Arsenal couldn't do it, so we'll see. Brighton have moved up the table, as you can see by that as well. They got a massive win at Brentford yesterday. Their first win in 5, losing 3 of the last 5 prior to that win, and a rather big win as well for Brighton in there. Let's have a look at Sunderland and Fulham. Well, Fulham are currently on 13th, but a point for them would be the 35 points, and to win 1 point of Sunderland and a point above Brighton. And again, if Palace win today, they'll be level on points with Fulham, subject to Fulham drawing this game. If Fulham, of course, win them, Fulham can move on to 37 points. That would be all the way into 9th, and they would go level on points with Everton, but they would need a 4-goal win at the Stadium of Light, which most certainly would be a difficult task if they are to go into 9th and above Everton. Sunderland themselves can move on to 37 points with a draw. Minus 3 goal difference would see them level on points with Everton. They would not be able to move them above them on goal difference, but if they get all 3 points, 39 points would be the points tally. 1 point above Bournemouth and a point behind Brentford, who, of course, lost yesterday. Finally, Forest and Liverpool. Well, Forest can move on to 30 points with a win. That would put them a point above Spurs up until the Northern Derby later, and they would move into 16th place and moving themselves 5 points clear of West Ham, who did draw yesterday against Bournemouth in what was a very boring game, from what I've been told. And we'll talk about the North London Derby in the league table a little bit later on. But that's what the league table can look like. And Leeds have really had 3 points yesterday against Villa. And Chelsea dropping points against Burnley. Not great. Yeah, some pretty surprise results there. I mean, to be fair, I did think Leeds would get something yesterday at Villa Park. Maybe they should have won that game, you feel. That Brighton result yesterday was a surprise, most certainly. That Chelsea result was also a surprise. And that, for me as well, Bournemouth, really, you'd expect them to win at West Ham. So it is the former City goalkeeper, with City changing both of their goalkeepers. I think it was either a January outgoing from City or a free agent joining Forest in Stefan Ortega, who is the new second choice goalkeeper, I believe, for Forest. I think there might be an injury to Matt Sells at the minute. I'm not 100% sure. With Angus Gunn on the bench. He's in goal then. In the back four, in front of him is Nico Williams, Murillo, Nikola Milenkovic and Ola Aina behind the midfield, which is split into two parts, seeing defensive two of Ibrahim Sangare and Elliot Anderson behind the attacking three of Callum Hudson, Dwayne Morgan, Gibbs White, and Amari Hutchinson. And then the lone striker up front is Igor Jesus, and that is a 4-2-3-1 formation. On the bench for Forest is Dan Ndoye, Morata, Nicolas Dominguez, Angus Gunn, Lorenzo Lucha, Ryan Yates, Jai Cunha, James McAtee, and Dylan Bakwa. And then for Liverpool, it is Alisson who begins in goal. A back four of Dominic Szoboszlai at right back again, man. So still no Frimpong. Still no Frimpong. So Szoboszlai at right back again. Konate, Van Dijk, and Milos Kerkez behind the midfield, which is split into two parts, seeing a defensive two of Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister behind the attacking three of Mo Salah, Florian Wirtz, and Cody Gakpo. Hugo Ekitike is the man who leads the line on the bench. For Liverpool is Federico Chiesa, Joe Gomez, Curtis Jones, Giorgio Mamardashvili, Andy Robertson, Trey Niani. Why don't you play Robertson at left back or something and then maybe tweak it and put, I don't know, Kerkez at right back or something? I'd try something else. Try a back three. Szoboszlai at right back does not work. Trey Niani, Calvin Ramsey, Kieran Morrison, and Rio Engamoa. Those are the teams then. Nottingham Forest against Liverpool is the first as part of our dual watching today. And Charlie is in the house. Score predictions, I'm going to go for a draw. I think I'm going to go 1-1 for this game. I'm not 100% sure. North London Derby, I'm going to go 1-0 to the Arsenal, I think, Charlie. But I ain't confident. And I ain't happy either with my team. One thing is for sure, though, is that the Forest fans most certainly will be happy, as those who travelled to Fenerbahce got to celebrate a huge victory to start the Vitor Pereira era at the City Ground with a 3-0 win and over Fenerbahce. And a 3-0 win that potentially puts them already into the Europa League knockout stages now. The question is, can the good start for Vitor Pereira continue in the Premier League? And can Forest do a league double over Liverpool? And of course, remember, if Liverpool fail to win here today, it would be a fourth consecutive game where they have failed to win against Nottingham Forest. And of course, a reminder that Forest have won twice in a row at Anfield with that 3-0 victory earlier in the season at Anfield. So let's see then. Will it be out to the pub in West Bridgford or Nottingham and pints with the Forest fans after a victory for Vitor Pereira? Or will it be one step closer to Evangelos Marinakis giving him the sack? Well, we'll find out soon enough. Sheffield Wednesday have been relegated from the EFL Championship. Breaking news coming out right now for you, confirmed by Sky Sports. Sheffield Wednesday have been relegated from the EFL Championship after a 2-1 Steel City derby defeat to Sheffield United. So Sheffield Wednesday are relegated from the EFL Championship. Confirmed today on the 22nd of February, Sheffield Wednesday relegated from the Championship. So, yeah, bitter taste for the Sheffield Wednesday fans, -7 points, and they are relegated from the Championship. They will be down to League One next year, and it comes all confirmed and wrapped up after a defeat in the Steel City derby at Bramall Lane. It's lunchtime. It's a big afternoon then. Big afternoon indeed. Big afternoon indeed. Big day of football as well. Accra Insurance is for Palace to beat Wolves, Celtic and Rangers to win, Arsenal to win, and AC Milan all to win. If all of those results are correct, £5.84 comes back of a £1 stake. Coral Football Super Series is in play for the North London Derby. And as we get ready for kick-off, it is a jubilant Forest crowd after that win against Fenerbahce midweek, singing Mull of Kintyre ahead of Liverpool's visit to the City Ground. And Liverpool are one of those sides that Forest do have a good record against, and most particularly of recent years at Anfield. Can they, though, get a home win over Liverpool today? There you go. We're off and running at the City Ground, and yeah. And I'm sure those Forest fans will be getting ready to go to the pub with Vitor Pereira later on. With a win over Liverpool there. Let's put our goal alerts on for Palace Wolves and Sunderland Fulham, which are the other 2 o'clock kickoffs taking place. Just a reminder on your broadcasting details as well for the 3 2 o'clock kickoffs that are happening. If you do want to watch this game, you can watch on Sky Sports main event, and that's Sky Sports main event only. If you want to indulge yourselves into Palace Wolves, that's on Sky Sports Plus. Or if you want to indulge yourself into Sunderland Fulham, that's on Sky Sports Premier League. And then the North London Derby will be on both Sky Sports main event and Sky Sports Premier League. And in around about an hour and 8 minutes, kick-off for the Guinness Six Nations clash between France and Italy will be on ITV1, ITVX, STV and the STV player. And in the Guinness Six Nations yesterday, England suffered a 2-point defeat. Their second consecutive Guinness Six Nations defeat. And this time it was Ireland who defeated England. So yeah, it's not going too well for England in Six Nations as things stand. And yeah, Guinness Six Nations table currently has England, I believe, on just 5 points. And it is Scotland who lead the standings so far. Lapsing concentration from Virgil van Dijk, unpunished, but won back by Sangare. And the ball's popped for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Has he got the strength? Has he got the composure? Got it under his spell. And I think it came off Allison. I mean, it was a good ball. I was questioning offside. Hudson-Odoi should be finishing that. Allison just getting in the way. He's a good goalkeeper, Allison. We know that. Makes himself big, makes the save. And there is a ricochet back off him, which goes on to Hudson-Odoi, and it goes out for the goal kick. Liverpool trying to get out. Gravenberch. And no way out, as Nico Williams had a comfortable interception there. And Forest have started this game well. Hudson-Odoi. Igor Jesus just ran out of room. Picked off in the end. I think it was by Kirkes. Diana has joined us. Welcome aboard to Yain and good to see you. Welcome aboard. Here's Curtis Jones for Liverpool. I'm all right. Yeah, quiet start, but I think people are just getting ready for the derby, really, later on. the derby. Yeah, the proper derby, really. I have to say. Here's Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool. They've managed to weather the Forest storm so far. Sober's line. In my opinion, the league's bottled. Need I remind you, City have got a game in hand. Anderson. Spread to Hudson-Odoi. And Forest do have numbers, but so do Liverpool at the back. And Hudson-Odoi won a ball it could have been, but intercepted there by Garen Birch. They do win the corner, Forest. I think it's the first of the game as well. Liverpool have conceded 14 set-piece goals this season, only 2 less than Bournemouth. So it is a danger area. Yeah, but will we win that game? Will we? Will we? Will we? If we lose that game, that's the day Arteta gets sacked. Should be anyway. On the spot. Kroenke comes down the steps, Etihad Stadium, you're sacked. And do it in front of the TV cameras to make it better. Gibbs White. Anderson. And Hudson-Odoi on the left again. Taking on Graham Birch. Cut back to Sangare. Sangare urged to shoot by the Forest fans. Laid off to Aina. Aina down to Hutchinson. And back to Ola Aina. Ball across. And out wide by Gibbs White. Hutchinson. Cross in. Is headed away by Van Dijk. Back forward by Murillo. Sangare onto Williams. Trying to nudge off Salah. Outstrength by Salah. Losing the ball. Here's Van Dijk for Liverpool. Curtis Jones, forward by Canate. And Ida heading that back to Stefan Ortega. Lovely ball by Ortega to Aina, and then Aina's first touch pass. And that's going to be pulled back for a free kick here. Foul from behind, referee Anthony Taylor. Free kick given. Referee is Anthony Taylor for this one. And it is Peter Banks who is in charge for the North London derby later on. Peter Banks is the match official for the derby. And I believe it was Simon Hooper in the previous derby. Mari Hutchinson, nicely heighted cross, but headed away. Comes out to Murillo. And Gibbs White, no, that's not a foul. Shoulder to shoulder, Gravenberch. I don't think there was any infringement there. Nothing in that for me. Shoulder to shoulder, I'm not buying that at all. Gibbs White goes down. To be fair, I would consider it simulation. Kept in. Losing the ball, though, Forest at Liverpool again. And Anderson's shot is just wide. They're definitely having to do a lot of defending. Liverpool in these early stages, it's looking like a very, very attacking Forest. Ekitike, I'm not sure if there was that much of a foul in there. If it was only a little clip. Yeah. The first one by Sangare. The second one. Okay. Oh. Well, that's... Thank you very much, commentator Rob Hawthorne, for letting me know about that. Yeah. Florian Wirtz injured in the warm-up. I didn't realise that because PremierLeague.com changed it so quickly. But it is on the overlay. Curtis Jones, Gakpo, free kick. Late by Sangare. To be fair with me, he did hold his hand up and say, I'm sorry. Well, we know Szoboszlai can be a danger man from a free kick. And it was the way that Liverpool got their opener against Man City in the defeat at the Etihad at the Anfield. 3-man wall for Forest. No low block in play. There is definitely space for Szoboszlai to work with. It's Salah who plays it, though. And the header from Ekitike off target. If you're asking me, Szoboszlai just shoot. But bit of a dummy with Szoboszlai giving the ball the stare down. Forest players thinking he's going to shoot. But instead, Salah floats it in. Bit of a waste. When you have got Szoboszlai, you can score very, very well from a dead ball. Gakpo had a shot. Blocked. Sangare comes out with the ball. He's been well involved in this first half, and it's been pulled back by Anthony Taylor for a free kick by A foul on Jesus. Aina back to Ortega. Gibbs White, Ola Aina. Moving away from McAllister. Just rolling away, really, if you ask me. It's been given as a free kick. Jones, Gakpo. Ekitike flicks it back to Milos Kerkez and onto Curtis Jones again. Jones was the one who came in for Verts. Yeah. Here's Hutchinson. Lays it off for Gibbs White on the right. Gibbs White's ball across and Kanate heads it away. Van Dijk prevents the corner. Back by Gibbs White. Sangare keeps it alive. And Anderson stuck his head in there. Continues to get the ball alive. Gibbs White on the right. Gibbs White's ball. Got a head away from Kanate. Won back by Murillo. And Jesus. Did really well to get the ball alive, Forest. There was a few times where the ball could have been lost, but good play. Referee has now stopped the game because of a head collision between Anderson and, I think, Van Dijk. But I'm liking this Vitor Pereira Forest. It looks exciting and positive again. No goals in any of the 2 o'clock kickoffs, I'm afraid, so far. But I've got a fun fact for you about the North London derby. Is that Arsenal have actually won 100% of away North London derbies this decade. No, they haven't. Just ignore me. My stats are wrong. Well, but it is nice not to have it as a 2 o'clock kickoff today. There you go. Who's going to take this free kick? Lobok is in play for Liverpool. And laid off from Murillo, driven into the wall. Was back out to Williams and Hudson-Odoi. The clearance by Gavin Birch, but Murillo wins it straight back for Forest. That'll flick out wide to Hudson-Odoi from Sangare. And Hudson-Odoi tries to drive it across to Gibbs White, who was waiting on the edge of the D, but intercepted by Gakpo, who then wins a foul. Lots of action in Liverpool's half, lots of defending. for Liverpool. What's he been booked for, Gibbs White, then? I mean, he was close to Szoboszlai, stuck out his foot, I don't know. Maybe obstructing the free kick. Silly yellow card. Hudson-Odoi. And on to Nico Williams. Cut out by Salah. And won back well. Einer. It's very forward thinking, this, from Forest. It's just... Milenkovic. Hudson-Odoi onto Anderson. Can Anderson put in a decent cross? It's going to fall directly into the feet of Amari Hutchinson. Should have never gone for goal there, Hutchinson. Should have tried to go to the byline and maybe pull it back. Forest need to make the most of this dominance because it's not going to last forever, I don't think. On by Anderson, it's a good flick. And they have numbers, Forest, here. And there are gaps as well. Gibbs White and Van Dijk with the foot in. Didn't go out for a corner. It's going to be a throw. Yeah, good covering by VVD. And out for Forest throw. Are they going to try a long throw, maybe? Ola Einer. It is long. And it is deep. Can you get a first-time shot from Gibbs White? No. Williams, poor. Off balance, trying to skew a shot. And while the notebook's out from Vitor Pereira, he's taking notes. Hutchinson. The cutback could have been better offside anyway. Has come under the cosh. of criticism recently about Mario Hutchinson. I don't think he's the best player in the world. I think that when he had Elanga and Hudson-Odoi, it was much better, much more bright, but Gibbs White, forward move, wins a free kick, fouled by, I think it was Canate. Could have been Kirkes though as well. Had a few bodies around him, taken down. Yeah, it's Canate, stamp on the turn. On the side. And Mr. B. Harry is here, and I'm sure you will be. I'm sure you will be. Well, I think it's going to be me and Charlie today. Most certainly will be. Fan cams. Evaded Gakpo there. I thought Ortega was going to give that away. The back ball. Will the ball back again here, Forest. Jesus nearly ran into trouble. Sangare, Hudson-Odoi. Defended well in this first half, Van Dijk. Defended reasonably well, Liverpool. Considering how much work they've been put under. Anderson falls directly into his feet. Amarilla give it away cheaply. Ekitike. We know that he can cause trouble if he wants to. Ekitike, I think he slips in the end. And a comfortable interception to win the ball back by Nico Williams. And now Jesus. And the long field pass. Can Hudson-Odoi get the head of Canate? Gives him a nudge. And Allison had to scramble. It's gone out for a throw. Canate wanted a foul. Should he get it? No. There might be a little clip. But it's going to be another long throw from Ola Aina. it was in towards Milenkovic, who was there, and he towered for it. It's a good delivery by Aina again, but I don't think anybody's long throws in the Premier League match the level of Coyote at Brentford. Probably one of the best games I've watched this season, actually, Brentford-Liverpool. Yeah, that was a true masterclass of Coyote's long throws. Possession 50-50 almost. Forest dominating by 4%, but 7 shots as opposed to Liverpool's 2, and 2 on target for Forest as well. Here goes Jesus. About 15 minutes to go in the first half. Whistle's gone because Van Dijk is down with his head face planted. And still no goal alert at all. Napoli are ahead though against Atalanta away in the Serie A. And there are 3 o'clock kickoffs. Celtic against Hibs and Livingston Rangers in the Scottish Premiership. And Guinness Six Nations, 3:10 kickoff if you want to watch France against Italy. Clark Aiden, good to see the one come on. I think Van Dijk's going to continue. There's no question that Liverpool have got defensive issues at the back with no real right back at the minute. And obviously, Florian Wirtz, as we now know, got injured in the warm-up. Gibbs White. Ola Aina. And Murillo. Sankare. Igor Jesus. There's somebody, yeah, there is, but Hutchinson chasing it was never going to work. Cody Gakpo, ball headed away. Hutchinson wins the foul there from Milos Kerkez. So I was like out wide to the right, and the ball by Salah wasn't the best, but it's going to run out for a Forest front. About 9 minutes to go in the first half. Still goalless. And the Forest domination has cooled off a bit for now. Nearly got in the way that Anthony Taylor, the referee. One back by Aina for Forest. Sangare. Gibbs White needs an out ball. Nearly lost the ball to Gavin Birch. Ball's in the air. Free kick has been awarded by Anthony Taylor. And that has reached Hudson-Odoi. Can he advance down the left? No, he couldn't. Got closed down quickly. Did Callum Hudson-Odoi. Here's Murillo. Amari Hutchinson. Milenkovic. Aina. Amari Hutchinson slips it through Igor Jesus. I think he could have got a shot away there. It was a teeny tiny tackle. I would have thought that Igor Jesus was going to put that away. But that was a vital little tackle. Canate is being pressured by Igor Jesus. It's a bouncing ball, and well, the foul has been given. But is it a foul, though? I mean, it's a bouncy ball. Igor Jesus is just being instinctive. No. Free kick given. Deemed a foul on Canate by Igor Jesus. But for me, when you've got a bouncing ball like that, of course the striker's going to be instinctive. Of course, there's going to be a bit of leaning. maybe shirt pulling, but coat's coming off of Vitor Pereira. Gibbs White. Nice wide ball to Omari Hutchinson. Can Forest make the most of it? And it's caused a lot more of a problem than I expected it to. Did he get a near post flick? Most certainly was near Allison. It does cause Allison a trouble, and penalty has been given, and I think for Wolves, that's going to be a problem for Palace. We'll get more information on that in a minute, but here's the Forest corner. Had height. It was towards Igor Jesus, who's come out to the ball. Opposite corner flag. Kept it alive, Aina. And the cross by Elliot Anderson. And no harm done by that header. Just wanted to check more on that penalty. Because from what I gather, Wolves have been awarded a penalty. And hang on a minute, here's a chance. Igor Jesus. Gibbs White on the edge of the box. Blocked by Soberslime. Bouncing ball does fall to Hudson-Odoi. Faced up by Canate. The ball into the box. Anderson goes in for a shot. And there's been a goal. Oh, no, it's not. Missed penalty. So Wolves have been given a penalty, but they've missed it. They have missed the penalty, Wolves. Well, there you go. We thought we were going to get the opening goal of the afternoon, but Wolves get given a penalty and they squander it. Oh, I thought for a split second then that was going straight in, but it hit the roof of the net. Not the best of corners by Anderson. Needed to be a bit lower to enter the back of the net. Sangare Aina. Now Sangare. Yeah, Tolo Arakadar missed the pen. Very weak. There you go. Well, here come Forest. Can they get a goal before half-time? They've played really well in the first half. Ali Anderson. Hudson-Odoi. Hutchinson. Poor. Gibbs White and Anderson working hard to win the ball back. And wrong side. He's wrong side. Hutchinson still alive, though. And Anderson, could have been. How much added time we're going to get? A minimum of 3 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. So 3 minutes in added time at the end of the first half. And first half, where Forest have been really positive. And I think that in midfield, they've dominated, which has made the game look so much better. No trouble there for that one for Allison. Mo Salah. Gravenberch here. Late chance maybe for Liverpool. Defending. Easy defending. We edge of the box. Anderson. Nico Williams. Milenkovic. Had a go. Off target. Was never dipping. Half time, 0-0 Palace Wolves. Really should be 1-0 to Wolves, though. Poor penalty by Tolo Arakadar. That is half time at the City Ground, and it's another one where we're 0-0. But a really positive first half display from Vitor Pereira and his Forest men. The half-time score really should be Forest ahead, but they're not. And Liverpool survive. Half-time score Forest 0, Liverpool 0. Okay. Yeah, still going at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 0, Fulham 0. There has been 7 minutes of added time there at the end of that first half. So let's just quickly go on to that quickly and have a little look. I wonder where that 7 minutes has come from. Fulham in their vibrant green kit. Just watching the last few minutes of the lengthy added time period. Staying alive. Jimenez has got to be a little bit careful on a booking. Yeah, there's been no goals in the Premier League at all so far in the first halves. Jimenez there on the edge of a second yellow, just watching the final stages. The first half of Sunderland Fulham. Oh, won by Diarra there. A Diarra shot. That took a deflection, did it? Just getting caught out on the high press there, Fulham. But nothing at all of a goal or a ball hitting the back of the net to report on in the first halves of these 3 Premier League 2 o'clock kickoffs. Probably the most likely game to give you a goal would have been our game, the Forest Liverpool game, but of course the Palace Wolves game then had that penalty attempt from Tolo Arakadar, but poor penalty indeed, missed. Yeah, Wolves should be 1-0 up. A chance, Bob. That's going to be it. Craig Pawson blows the half-time whistle on Sunderland Fulham. And it does indicate to us 3 Premier League games, all consecutively taking place at 2 o'clock, and 3 Premier League games that are goalless. So not great. Here we go. The North London derby. Being prepped. And yeah, I could have attended it, but shenanigans happened at Wolves. .4:30 kickoff, North London derby is our next watch along. And you build up from 4:15. Just having a look at some of the clips of this game. The main highlight has been Forest dominating in midfield, not dominating the ball, but dominating midfield. Lots of work off the ball, lots of winning the ball back high. Jamie Carragher's just is spot on with the analysis of this. Spot on analysis here. Yeah, that Arakadar missed penalty. Just seeing it again, it's a poor pen. Doesn't sound like Palace are playing well in that game at all. And yeah, in a minute we are going to get some in-depth analysis from the pundits. What was this advert? Okay, car advert. Boring. Two minutes time for the 3 o'clock kickoffs in the Scottish Premiership, and 12 minutes time until, if you are interested in it, the Guinness Six Nations match between France and Italy gets underway. And if you are interested in your rugby and you want to watch that Guinness Six Nations match, it is on ITV. Well, I like this Amazon advert. So yeah, I don't really have much more to say, really. I wish I had more to say, but yeah, I mean, look, we've got 3 goalless games, and it's not the best. North London Derby is kicking off at 4:30, though. You can join us for our coverage of that at 4:15. I'm loving it, McDonald's say. So yeah, we're about to get the pundits come back on in a minute, and we're going to get a view of the other two games. We're going to have a little look at the. Oh, it's goodbye for the title already for me, Nathaniel Strongwood. As much as I should stay positive, I can't get carried away, and quite frankly, for me, I mean, particularly, I had a great view of everything on Wednesday at Molineux, and it was awful. And with them having a game in hand, I think for me it's bottled already. To be fair, I would be very surprised if we go on and win the league title now. I would be very surprised, and it's sad, but it just continues to make my point that Arteta needs to go. Let's see some more clips then, folks, from our pundits. And we're going to see the biggest chance for Fulham, which was Ryan Sessegnon's effort to the Stadium of Light. They have been the better side. And Wolves should be 1-0 up at Selhurst Park. We know it. Missed the penalty, and it's a clear penalty as well. Tola Arakadar failed to convert, and you have to say it was easy for Dean Henderson. They're not. Yeah, it's a poor pen by Arakadar. There's no power behind it. Very comfortable for Dean Henderson. There's no conviction in it from Arakadar. Can Forest find the conviction, though, in this second half, which is coming up, to turn their great performance into a goal-scoring great performance, one in which they could lead them on to a second consecutive win this season against Liverpool, a first home victory in quite a while against Liverpool. Most importantly, though, as well, keeping Liverpool winless against Forest in 4 games in a row. And a reminder, it is 2 wins on the bounce at Anfield for Forest. But, of course, the last result between these two at the City Ground was a 1-1 draw. Ooh, a bit of advertisements here. More looking towards March. It is a big March, including the Carabao Cup final. Second halves are getting underway at the Stadium of at Selhurst Park. Not quite yet at the Stadium of Light, but Muller Kintyre is being sung by the Forest fans, which indicates to you that the second half is getting underway at the City Ground. So here we go then. Forest Liverpool, second half. Great first half by Forest. Can they find a goal? A front-footed quick start And a quick goal would be nice. And that's a good ball. It just evades Hudson-Odoi, though. It was a good ball. Had he got on the end of it, it could have caused some major panic for Alisson and the Liverpool defence. It is bouncing, but well, here comes Gravenberch pulling Liverpool forward on the counter. And Salah's ball swung in, and it does take a nick off the head of Milenkovic, out for a corner for Liverpool. Bit of a slow and lethargic kind of attack. Not much pace about it, but forcing the corner. Been very poor in attacking since Liverpool in the first half. Contact was made at the near post by Ekitike. Does take a deflection on its way out behind for another corner from the opposite side. No, not the opposite side, ignore me. Same side, left-hand side. Liverpool will go again once the second ball on the pitch is removed. And that's met by Murillo. It's a mess of bodies in that box. Comes back out to the corner taker, Sober's line. Lifted in and headed away by Williams. Canate tries to keep it alive, but Forest win the ball. And can they now get on a counter-attack, which leads to a goal? Gibbs-White fed through. Hutchinson blocked off by Kirkes. Good defending, good tackle. Anderson with the corner from the left. It's a good height. It was a really good height. Bit more deeper. Bit too much towards the near post, but a good height from Anderson from the corner. Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, there's no such thing as overlaps, is there really, in this game? Crosses. Oh! The header of Milenkovic narrowly wide. Well, in the end, the ball went into the box from Hudson-Odoi. And it's a very good header by Milenkovic. It's just wide. But he does everything right. Heads it down. And Vitor Pereira's facial expressions tells you all you need to know. There's a bit of a foot race between Murillo and Szoboszlai there, but in the end, Murillo did. Oh, that's a hash from Milenkovic. Miskicks it and give it away to Salah. But what is that for a pass? The conviction from Salah after cashing Milenkovic out on a mistake was so poor. And Hazard has joined us. Welcome aboard to you. How are you doing? And welcome aboard. Canate onto Szoboszlai. We still await our first goal of the afternoon on the whole, not just in this game, but in all three of the 2 o'clock kickoffs, which all remain goalless. Wine gums. because they are the worst sweets in history. Wine gums. Ugh. That's what I think anyway. Wine gums. Whoa, no. Oh, I quite like them. No, I don't like wine gums. I think they've got a really dry kind of sandpapery kind of outside texture, and the flavour on the inside is like gone off bitter juice. Ugh, no. Wine gums for me. Ugh. And the exact same can be said for fruit pastels as well, who are made by the same company. But I don't know what they're called, but at least you didn't bottle the league title at Wolves. I tell you what, this would have been lovely for me, you know. Actually, if Arsenal were playing 2:00 against Forest today, I think I would have gone to the game, with all due respect. Lovely afternoon. And the away fans are in the sun as well. Yeah, the ground's currently half sun, half shade. The managers aren't getting to indulge in the sun. Gakpo and Aina in a tussle. That's a foul by Aina. Pulled his wrist in the end, I think. Salah. It's a nice 1-2 return. Curtis Jones, Sobers line. Gakpo, lovely ball, headed across. Salah, oh, that should have been the opener. I thought Jones had scored for a split second then. Yeah. Saved by Ortega. And we're still goalless, guys, as well, in all of the second halves. We've still got 3 2:00 kickoffs that are all goalless at the minute. How much longer will that be? Until we finally get a goal to report on somewhere in either South London, Sunderland, or Nottingham. Been quite a busy weekend in London, actually, in terms of football. You've had Brentford at home yesterday. You had West Ham at home yesterday. Chelsea at home yesterday. I bet that must have been a bit of a farce for police, actually. Because Brentford and Chelsea being at home, West London. And they were both 3 o'clock kickoffs as well. And then obviously had West Ham at home at 5:30. Yeah, oh. Bit of pressure on Allison from Hutchinson. Yeah, just the 2 games in London on this fine Sunday afternoon. And just a reminder of what next weekend looks like in the Premier League. And of course, we do have another FA Cup round of fixtures as well before the Carabao Cup final. I believe that is to come after the midweek round of fixtures in match week 29. But match week 28 next week, and we start on Friday with Wolves Villa. And then Saturday, Bournemouth Sunderland is to start you off. Then we've got Leeds Man City. What a game. What a game, man. And Super Sunday of that weekend is going to be, I think I'm going to go Man United Palace, then Arsenal Chelsea. Goal for Fulham. And Fulham, to be fair, have been dominating. I've checked the stats. I've seen the clips. They've deserved the lead. They've got it. And we have the first goal of the afternoon. And it comes from the Stadium of Light, where Sunderland played very poorly, I thought, against Liverpool. And Liverpool inflicted the first home defeat of the season from the side who stayed unbeaten at home for the longest. But goal for Fulham has been scored by Raul Jimenez. So 1-0 to Fulham at the Stadium of Light. I did not. No, I'm going to be here for the Carabao Cup final. I think it's going to be one or the other, or both maybe, of Arsenal Everton and Arsenal Brighton. I think I am going to do the Brighton away game, to be fair, because I think that's going to be my last opportunities for the away games because of the final 3 going to collections outside of the Cup, where I'm hoping in the FA Cup quarterfinals, should we reach them, we get another away tie, maybe Newcastle, somewhere like that. I will, of course, as well, pick more games in April and May. And I probably will. I think I'll go. I probably will go to the final home game of the season because against Burnley, I suspect that we'll have some kind of thing going on from the players. Ola Aina. And you thought I would have gone to the North London derby. Yeah, I was going to, but I said to the dealer, call it off. I ain't paying this much for, because, well, purely because of how bad we played at Wolves. There's been a red card. Ladislav Krejci has been sent off for Wolves. So Wolves have gone from having a penalty to take the lead to now being still 0-0 and down to 10 men. You couldn't write it. Anderson. Hudson Odoi cross. Let's put on the shirt. Yeah, I know. Clear as day shirt bump. Ah, yeah. Yellow card all day. No question. Sorry, Hazard, there's a delay on your comments coming through on blooming on StreamYard. I don't know what's going on with it in a minute, but there is a problem. And it's a problem that I'm not a big fan of. But will we win the league? No, I don't think so. You'd say yes. Well, you deluded then. And sober score. Why sober score? Because it's why not? Yes, it was an issue yesterday, most certainly, and penalty Fulham. Well, Fulham looking like they're going to take charge at the stadium line. Curtis Jones, Anderson, 27 minutes, picked up by Sangare. We're going to finally get a goal in this game. Nottingham Forest should have one by now. Hutchinson. Iner's cross. Roof of the net. I can't see the comments on StreamYard in a minute. It's a big issue. In fact, I'm going to refresh it. I mean, if this issue keeps going on, it'll only force me to move away from StreamYard quicker. Not being funny, but that is exactly what will end up happening. Because we can't be having it. Can't be having it. Oh, they all are. It was a big issue yesterday, and well, now it's happening again. Goal though for Fulham. They have scored from the penalty spot, and it is a second for Raul Jimenez, who now has the opportunity, of course, upon him to get himself a hat-trick. But for now, Sunderland 0, Fulham 2. Yeah, I didn't end the season too well last year, did they, really? As well in the Championship. I mean, obviously, we're not quite at the end of the season yet, but starting to fall off track a bit for Sunderland. Yeah? Okay. Well, that's what I'll do then. Oh, I know. Yeah, but that's the thing. It'll. I don't know. It's just been an issue. It hasn't been consistent, but you get a point, don't you? Anyways, right. Let's go over to SofaScore so I can check on the Scottish Premiership games between Celtic and Hibernian, and also there is Rangers who are in action as well, and they are away to Livingston, who lead. In fact, it's both of the opponents of the famous two from Glasgow who are leading. Livingston 1, Rangers 0. Goal scorer was Kabongolan for Livingston. And for Celtic, they are 1-0 down against Hibernian, and Paslak got the goal for them. And just a reminder of the way that the Steel City derby went. Burrows and Patrick Bamford got the 2 goals for Sheffield United, and Sheffield Wednesday did get a goal back from McNeil, but not enough. And Sheffield Wednesday have been relegated from the EFL Championship, confirmed today, 22nd of February 2026. Sheffield Wednesday are going back to League One and are relegated from the EFL Championship. So yeah, Sheffield Wednesday are relegated indeed now. All confirmed for you. A sad day for the blue fans of the Steel City. It's going to be a free kick. "22 minutes to go. We're still awaiting a Forest goal or a Liverpool goal, but if you're asking me who deserves to win the game, Forest by a country mile. First half, brilliant. We just can't find a goal, and Sober's-line has brought his side forward. Salah on the right. Why did he take so long to make a decision there? Back into the box. They've been shocking on the attack, Liverpool. All game. That's a foul by Canate. Should be a yellow card as well. Just pushes to the back of Igor Jesus. Is he already on a yellow, though? That's the only question. No, he's not. Yeah, he should have been booked for that then. We can definitely make a start on the old BB. There's a £3 return on this BB and Murillo. Need just one more corner and one more yellow card, and the bet builder will be completed. And if we can get a Sunderland goal back and over 2.5 goals and at least 11 corners in that game, then we'll also have another £7 coming on top there, which will make it a £10 return. And counting. They are on 8 corners in that game. So we need another 3. And we need a Sunderland goal back to trigger that price boost on the Sunderland-Fulham game. Can Sunderland get a goal back is the question. Well, the attack momentum would presume not, because they've not been very dominant on an attacking sense. But you never know. Let's have a look at the Palace game and see what's been going on at Selhurst Park. See if there's any sign of a goal coming in that game for Palace against 10-man Wolves, where they have dominated the second half, actually, by the attack momentum. Really, they should be getting a goal soon then, you would feel. But their record at home of recent has been poor. Have a look at the chat, just quickly make sure we're not missing anything on. Yeah, must keep an eye. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, we're all good. Right. I'm not going to do that for the North London derby, but I am going to do it later. Most certainly, I will. I want people to have the best quality picture of me. Boring, boring, boring. Come on, give me a goal. To be fair, one more card. One more corner, I think it is. I'm still going to get £3 on the bet builder, so I'm claiming. Is Elliot Anderson and Nico Williams. Elliot Anderson. Okay. Anderson. Have they made any subs? Have we even had any subs? Like, I don't think we have. I don't think there's been any subs. Yeah, they did. So they did bring on Danny and Doy and Bakwa. Well, probably removed any. I mean, they're taking off Hudson-Odoi and yeah. They've at least taken off Hudson. Well, they're taking off Hudson-Odoi and Hutchinson. I mean, yeah, Hutchinson wasn't playing too well. I just don't think he matches the level of what Forest need, to be fair. It has been a lot more Liverpool second half, attacking-wise. Nico Williams on the turn. Ball pops forward and backward. Couldn't keep it in, out of play, throw in. Good ball by Nico Williams. Should have kept it in backward. Barcelona won, Levante nil in the La Liga, is it? Okay. Come on, I put Barcelona down. Oh, no, I didn't. Elias Anderson, Igor Jesus, replaced by Nicolas Dominguez and Luca. Can either one of those two players have the impact to provide a winning goal or a goal? Because the only 2 goals they have to do have come from Craven, have come from the Stadium and Light, rather. Fulham 2-0 up. Yeah, 2-0 Fulham is the only goals we've got in these 2 o'clock kickoffs. 2 goals from Raul Jimenez. Liverpool changes as well. Gakpo and Salah go off, and Rio Engamoa and Federico Chiesa are the 2 players to come on. "13 minutes for Federico Chiesa to have an impact. And there has been a penalty awarded for Sunderland, which is exactly what we want to trigger that price boost for over 2.5 goals BTTS and also the 11 corners. So, good news that. I'm not too sure if it will be pints at the pub today for Vitor Pereira. Because, yes, I mean, really, they should be winning this game. McAllister's got a bit of pain just under his knee. I mean, backward, sticking out a leg late. Just a bit clumsy. Backward. Well, whilst we await Alexis McAllister's recovery, we have a goal, and it is for the penalty spot, and Sunderland do convert their penalty. It is clean sheet goal for Fulham. It's 2-1 at the Stadium of Light, and the goal scorer is Enzo Lefebvre from the spot. So Sunderland back in it from the spot, and it's 2-1. 3 goals across 3 games, all coming in 1 game. And that should be £7 in the bag once we get 3 more corners in that game still, with 13 minutes to go. Dominguez stuck a foot in there to win the ball. And Ndoye driving, and Ndoye, I don't think he did win the corner. I think it came back off him. Yeah. Most certainly unlucky. Oh, it's a good penalty by Enzo Lefebvre. Straight down the middle. Liverpool front. Dominguez. The cross is comfortably gobbled by Alisson. Need one more card. Dominguez. With Ortega. Put out by Canate. Chiesa and Szoboszlai. Stepping in. Jones. Not been the most fruitful of second halves compared to the first. Andy Robertson being prepared by on a slot. In fact, so is Joe Gomez as well. So Milos Kerkez and Curtis Jones replaced by Joe Gomez and Andy Robertson. Header on by Van Dijk. 5 minutes to go, just about. Well, Atalanta have turned their fortunes around against Napoli, 2-1 up now. Mario Pasalic and Lazar Samardzic with the 2 Atalanta goals. Scottish Premiership still both Celtic or Sangare on the edge of the box. Celtic and Rangers both still 1-0 down as well. Okay. Well, not that I'd want to live in Colombia. Sangare. Will there be a bit of magic at the City ground? The mist rolling in from the Trent. Has it got that magic in it for a late goal for Forest? Well, behind off Joe Gomez for a corner. I don't really care, to be fair. And Doy's corner was well delivered-ish. Kept alive by Dominguez. Needs support. Finds it. Sangare deflected. Corner. They do concede stoppage time winners, Liverpool. They do concede from set pieces. Knocked down by Luca. And Doy's effort went up into the air. Still in there. Luca. Cleared away. (3-1) Fulham, game over, you would imagine. Restoration of the 2-goal advantage, and there would be no surprise if Raul Jimenez has got himself a Stadium of Light hat-trick. Has he? We'll find out shortly. We'll find out soon enough. No, he hasn't. It's Alex Iwobi who gets that 3rd goal for Fulham to make it 3-1. Well, saved by Ortega, and it's in. McAllister gets a goal. Well. And just as Liverpool score, Palace score as well. Well, second half's been a bit soulless. Ekitiko's had a good save. Ortega, follow up by McAllister. I mean, he's just picking himself back up, Ortega, really. Helpless. And on the face of it, that is fortune. So it's not been a good game. VAR are checking for a handball. It looks like Heiner might head it onto the arm of McAllister. Oh, yeah, that hits the arm. It's the elbow. You're going to have to slow that down, I suppose. I mean, it looks like it hits his arm to me. Yeah, the arm can't score the goal. And the goal's ruled out for handball. And Anthony Taylor is announcing after the tannoy the explanation of the handball offence. And it isn't about intent. Simply, the goal is scored by the elbow of McAllister, and the goal must be disallowed. So no goal for Liverpool, as it is McAllister's elbow which scores the goal. And that angle there that we just saw outside of VAR, there you go. So no goal for Liverpool, but a goal for Evan Gesson and for Crystal Palace, who look to be getting a victory over Wolves. And now we just need to find out how much longer we're going to get at this game, really, because we're already 2.5 minutes. And that's going to be a corner. And I tell you what, the crowd are riled up now. James McAtee has come on to replace Morgan Gibbs-White. Will this corner be the one for Forest? No, not quite. Back in by McAtee, the sub. Goal kick. Have no indication of how much time's left. Failed flick there by Ndoye, or he's throwing anyway. Well, we are in the 95th minute, and I don't have an indication as to how much added time has been awarded. Nico Williams. Sangare had a go. Had a go. Still need 2 more corners out of that Fulham game. I'm not sure how much we've got left exactly. Like I said, I still don't have an indication. Real Engamoa. Liverpool trying to find a winner that would count, but cut out by Murillo, who got the header away. Well, there is whistles and jeers around the ground, who I think really want the full-time whistle. Take a point. Yeah, over the years, it has been a lot easier for Forest at Anfield as opposed to at home against Liverpool. Oh, that's up. This time, no. It happens this time. And VAR will check. For offside. And Van Dijk looks offside. He does have an involvement. Because he has the initial effort. VAR. To me, that looks offside. I need to see a different angle, though, really, to be able to give you a... Being checked. And as soon as we're done here, we will have the North London derby. 4:15. The goal is going to stand. And McAllister gets the goal. He was denied it initially. But there you go. That should be the winner. And that should be that. You would feel. Crystal Palace 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0 is the final score at Selhurst Park. A home victory of rarity of recent for Palace, but they get it. Very even. Second half, won by Liverpool, and Forest are going to simply rue those chances that they didn't take in the first half, because they've lost it, and it finishes here in a 1-0 defeat. Final score is Forest 0, Liverpool 1, and it is a first defeat against Liverpool in quite a long time for Forest. But Forest have been struggling at home for Liverpool in recent years. It is Anfield where they get their joy, and Liverpool fought them again at the City Ground. The final score, Forest 0, Liverpool 1. And next up is the North London derby at 4:15.